What's up, world? I'm your host, APOC.
And I'm Doc.
And we are the Rational Dudes. Welcome to our first show.
Yeah, so what's going on, guys? Thank you for listening in. As he said earlier, I'm Doc. It's APOC. We are just coming to you. We want to be able to use this show as a way to put out our opinion and be able to speak on topics that mean something to us. If we ever speak a fact, it's because it is. And if we're speaking on our opinion, that's because it's our opinion. We don't really mean to have any of our views to hurt anybody else or anything else like that. What this is our avenue to be able to speak for the people who cannot speak.
Yeah, that's true. So, I was reading the news a while ago, and I see that Michael Jordan finally is speaking up about black problems. What do you think about that, Doc?
It comes to Michael Jordan, greatest player to ever play the game, smartest businessman I know, but personally, he's always been known to never want to go ahead and really deal with any other black issues. He's never been that guy throughout the time that I've known Michael Jordan as a whole. So the fact that he wants to speak up now, great, but we've been having these problems for a long time. Being an African American person, that's just not been in his nature. So my whole thing is, why now?
Yeah, so he titled his little message to the world, "I can no longer stay silent." And so basically, he's saying he was raised by parents who taught him love and respect for people regardless of their race and background. And his dad was taken out by senseless violence. And basically, he's just saying everything he should have said years ago. But he was silent way back then, and now all of a sudden he's got a voice. It's tripping me out.
Well, I mean, he's him saying that I can no longer stay silent. I mean, what the hell you been doing? You've been silent working for the white man the whole damn time. Who the hell you think been making your goddamn shoes? He wasn't saying nothing no matter how much money he make. And all of a sudden he want to make what did he make, a donation for how much?
Yeah, he's making a donation of $1 million to the NAACP and the International Association of Chiefs of Police.
$1 million. 5 pairs of his shoes go for about $1 million. What kind of shit is this? I'm not understanding. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm happy that, he wants to finally recognize the problems that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really actually just not buying it. You know what I mean? As far as it go, we've been going through these problems for a long time, and he's had a big enough profile to make a difference.
Definitely.
But he has not done anything yet to make a difference for the black community. And he could sit there and say, oh, I've made this, I've donated that. No, that's because he was in the game at the time and he was forced to. It was a part of his public image. But he's never spoke on any topics that anything has happened for a long time.
Yeah, basically he's just been profiting off the black community with the shoes that are way overpriced, knowing that people are going to buy them every year in just different colors. And on top of that, he's invested in prisons. And everybody knows that, black people are basically funneled into prisons at young ages for petty crimes and stuff like that. And he's basically helping this move along. So I'm not buying nothing that he's selling.
There's been so many different times where people have gotten, I remember there was a kid back when like the threes had came out, and I guess this kid had robbed somebody. Of course, it was a black kid, robbed another black kid for his Jordan 3s, and he ended up doing a 10-year bid for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm stealing niggas for his Jordans a million times in a row, not giving a damn. But he ain't never said anything since. He ain't never spoke up about all the things he could have done to maybe prevent that. And yeah, you can't prevent somebody when they in poverty, whatever, and they can't afford it, and I'm gonna get it how I live.
Yeah.
But it don't make no sense to me on how he's had a big enough profile to make changes, and now all of a sudden he's black.
Yeah, basically. Too little, too late.
Exactly. On that note, I just had to speak up on, I don't know if you heard about the Somalian guy in Canada. He was a Somali Canadian, and the Ottawa police actually, went ahead and beat him to death.
Damn.
Out in Canada.
To death.
Well, damn near.
Damn near, okay.
He damn near. I mean, he died, but we just gonna say damn near. All right. The thing that makes it crazy is that in Canada, this reached, the Black Lives Matter movement has reached worldwide. It's not just, in America, because, there's black, people everywhere. It's a color. We're not a race. We're a color.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was 37 years old. He was an immigrant or whatever. And the crazy part is he had a mental illness. And they beat him to death before they even put cuffs on.
Wow. Yeah, man. It's getting real ridiculous to be black in America these days. You can't even walk down the street without getting harassed. You're basically risking your life anytime you leave the house. Well, shit, you're basically risking your life anytime you wake up, because they might come in your house to get you based on the fact that, oh, you might look like some black guy I seen that committed some crime. But you never get a picture of that black guy that committed the crime because he ain't real. So it's a real shame that even as far as Canada, this Black Lives Matter thing is going on and it's being taken the wrong way, and people are fearful of black people and just wronging black people, especially having a mental illness. Like, what kind of sense does that make? How are you gonna beat a mentally ill man to death, basically, on the street?
Yeah, and it honestly, it makes no sense, because, even the Black Lives, co-founder out in Toronto, Rodney Diverlis, he said that, in Canada, this has been going ignored for a long time. So this is nothing new to them either. And I wouldn't be surprised that it's nothing new. Unfortunately, this is something that happens, and it's everywhere, and it's being recognized now. And I hope that, things can be recognized and changed. I just couldn't believe that, because, he, 37 years old, and these things, you would think that, things would change at his age, and now he's, gone because, they don't know how to slow down.
Yeah. And I was reading that his brother was saying that he was a real gentle person. He just, had a mental illness, and police need to be better trained on how they handle situations, because they're really getting out of hand. It's dangerous for anybody on the streets these days, black, white, or other. It really doesn't matter. If you get stopped by the police, your life is in jeopardy, basically. And there's people out there that be like, oh, if you just listen to the cops and do what they say, nothing's gonna happen to you. That's bullshit, because you could look up countless times where the person did everything they said and still got killed because they thought they were moving too fast, or they were fearful of their life. even though this person is unarmed. It's ridiculous. We need to do something about the way these cops are just doing people on the streets. The badges just making them crazy.
Yeah. And like I said, it's been something that's been going on, because even back in, I think it was last year, around this time, the shooting with, I think it was the Toronto guy. I think Drake had even shouted it out on his Twitter about an immigrant, where the officer, just opened fire on an unarmed man. And of course he had mental illness. I'm not sure if that's just the media construing that or if it's facts, but we'll just go with that. And it was a South Sudan immigrant, and just brutally shot him off the top. And Toronto was enraged with that. When you got Drake, putting out there, because he rep everywhere he's ever stepped foot on, and he still put it out there. This is something that everywhere has been dealing with, not just America, and it's just crazy.
And you know what? It's been going on a real long time. It's just finally getting legs on it because of all the camera phones and just surveillance equipment out here now. It's real easy to get caught doing somebody wrong. And anytime a police pulls you over, the first thing someone does is pull out a camera phone. So they be looking at you like, world star, you about to be a star on TV getting beat up.
And you know what? We could thank YouTube. We could thank Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, that we can use these as platforms of helping us. Because honestly, if we didn't have some of these platforms, it would be just as easy to be able to get taken away, and no evidence would ever be advised. But you can't take away from what somebody records on a Snapchat.
Yeah, basically.
Or Instagram.
Yeah. So final verdict on that. Thank you, YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, all the social media. For
nobody uses MySpace anymore.
Thank you for giving us a platform to watch ourselves get beat up on.
He said new. You should have said new.myspace.com. Nobody even used that. That's a music genre now. MySpace was back in the 60s.
Hey, I was on there live though. It was the best time. So
it was.
So what do you think of the?
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. You my dude. So what do you think of the All Lives Matter response to people saying Black Lives Matter?
Honestly, I'm with it.
Yeah.
No lie, I'm with it. To be real, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter first," but we're not the only people oppressed. Black lives, people of black color, not the only people oppressed. There's Native American, there is Chinese, there's Japanese, there's everywhere around the world. There's other people. There's Chinese people that are Chinese women that are being enslaved. There are, our people got enslaved. So to be honest, it's a all lives matter thing. My whole purpose that I can't stand when people say, "Oh, Black lives gotta matter first." To be honest, everybody has to matter first. Everybody has a say in this world, and everybody should have a say in this world. And unfortunately, what you're seeing now is just the racism against blacks.
Yeah,
that's what you're seeing. But you don't see the racism against Asians. And hell, Asians are probably racist against blacks. But hell, blacks are probably racist against Asians. You know how many freaking car jokes we got against an Asian woman?
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, the Black Lives thing is in the spotlight right now because after all the shit that's happening with the cops and doing people wrong, they're getting away with it. Now, I agree with you that there's people all over this earth who are going through things. But is it right that you think that black people should be crusaders for everybody before they crusade for themselves?
That's true. You know, I understand that. You're right on that. But like I said, it's just in my opinion. I don't really feel that you can really sit there and scream, you know, just Black Lives Matter all day, every day, when at the end of the day, if I walk by an Asian person, a white person, a black person, and, you know, an Indian person, I got to think of them as all the same, but just different colors, because that's where it starts with us. If we don't start thinking that way, we ain't never, nobody is going to ever get on our feet. Because I can tell you this, I personally think if black lives did matter in this world, not just America, in this world, the only people that's going to be left behind after everybody is going to be the Saudis, the Arabic people, the, you know, Indian people. They're going to be the ones left behind, and they the originators. They the original black people. But they,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got our blacks in Africa, Ethiopia. They are the ones that's going to be left behind in America, not African American people. And they're going to be left behind. So,
the All Lives Matter thing is picked up by a lot of people who are basically trying to downplay the Black Lives Matter movement. So anytime you see someone talk about Black Lives Matter online, you always see an actual racist person say, fuck that, all lives matter. You guys need to stop complaining and do what the police say so you don't get shot. And it's like, the fact that these racist people are picking this up and using it to downplay Black Lives Matter, it's giving the All Lives Matter thing the wrong image. Yeah. So, of course, all lives matter. Everybody matters on this earth. We're all humans just trying to make it on this earth. But
it's only one race.
Yeah, exactly.
The human race. We just got different pigments all around the world.
Exactly. But I don't think it's black people's job to put every other race in their backpack and try to lift them up before they can even lift themselves up. You got to start somewhere. So
we did start somewhere in Africa.
Yeah, and we got brought here.
Shit. I just went to a family reunion and I got taught some real shit about my family. I found out that on my mama's side, my family's last name, Leonard, is 6,487 deep.
God damn.
Our family history goes way back, all the way to where we know who bought my great grandfather. We know who bought him for $1,500 as a slave. And I sit there and I think, now, just thinking about the history from the family all the way down, and then I'm here now and I'm sitting there really believing all lives really do matter.
So let me get this straight. You got 6,000 something members of your family, and you got the history on all them dudes. So
yeah, we got the history on all our family.
So basically, the starter of your family must have been Genghis Khan or something, because he got it in.
No,
and y'all are great descendants of him.
Nah, he got milk.
Whoever started it was getting it in. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, you know what? I can tell you who is. It was Senior Gray Leonard. That's who got it in. He was bought as a slave, and he had 18 kids. Lord. And those 18 kids had some kids, and here I am about 10 generations later.
Man.
Okay. Nah, not 10, but we're looking at 5 generations later. But Yeah, so it took two people that was on a plantation and, 6,500 odd members later. And there we go. But that just goes to show that if you know your family history, you know where you come from, you're kind of invested. You start to get invested into what family really means. The fact that my mother's side of the family is all documented and, together, that just lets me know that I do believe in not just Black Lives Matter, but all lives do matter, because there's a lot of fair-skinned people on my side of the family, and I know that the tragedy that my great-great-great-grandmother probably had to endure when it came to having children by a slave master. So, you're right, though. Our people have to stand up for our own people first. We got to take care of ourselves first, like every other culture, like every other, person in this world.
Yeah.
But, personally, I just believe that if we all came as one, we should be fine.
You know how when you're on an airplane and they give you that safety thing at the beginning, they say when the masks come down, you put yours on first before you put it on everybody else. Same concept. We gonna get to you. We gonna get to y'all, but let's just make sure we okay first, okay? Because we care about everybody, but we can't help you if we die first, So.
Yeah, that's true. And we do a lot for America.
Exactly.
We've done a lot for America. We've made a lot of different changes that have been unrecognized, that we've had to recognize ourselves. For the past, for the first 300-400 years, you wouldn't have cotton without us. Ha! Take away your jeans. Take away your goddamn shirts you got on. But no, seriously, for the first couple hundred years of this world, you wouldn't have that. But now you can go get a job picking cotton in Atlanta, Georgia, in Atlanta or whatever. I seen on Craigslist, they charging, what is it? Or they're paying like $1,500, a day. If depending if you can get like 50 or 100 pounds of cotton.
Yeah.
Would you pick cotton for that much a day? $1,500 a day, and all you gotta do is pick 50 pounds or 100 pounds of cotton or whatever.
Nah, see, the thing is, my ass wouldn't be out there because, I personally believe if I was out there picking cotton and sweating, I would get to a point of delusions that I would probably get possessed by a former slave and start beating people up and shit, just for payback. So I'm gonna stay away from that place because I don't like the sun. I don't like the sun, and my ancestors don't like me picking cotton. So I'm gonna stay away from that place. But I will tell you, whatever Great Leonard was on, I need some of that because 18 kids, that's fucking ridiculous. And he was the man.
Boy, that's called making
that's juices and berries. I don't know what he was on, but that's some good shit. They need to bottle that up and sell that instead of Viagra.
I'll tell you what it is. That's that true African.
That African mandingo right there.
That's that African mandingo. Skeet.
Man.
But yeah, that was a great experience when I went to the family union to learn that. It goes to show you just got to learn your history, and then you'll be able to really be invested. I feel like a lot of people these days are at a disconnect with their family and their history, which I believe is why some of the people of color don't take it as serious as some of us. You know that a lot of the history of a lot of black people were stolen from us, and it would be really hard for a lot of black people to go back as far as that. And even in my family, I was told that a piece of my family was actually Irish. I don't know how true that is because I don't look Irish at all, but supposedly somewhere down the line there's an Irish motherfucker out there. Whoever you are, there is.
Whoever you are, wherever you was, thanks for making me so handsome.
Where's the
where's the Irish
APOC?
APOC? I need to find you. And thank you for making me so handsome.
I would there's definitely Black Irish. My grandfather, he's on my father's side. He is Irish. Yeah. Crazy, right? Yeah, like his pictures and everything. Right? But I want to sit there and say, did you happen to get a chance to see the Trump's wife over here straight up reading off of Michelle Obama's speech?
I seen that. That shit was a damn tragedy. I can't believe she did that. She really had the audacity to get on that stage and read Michelle Obama's speech word for word 8 years later, and then try to mask it by messing up a few words and missing a few fucking syllables and shit. Like, you really thought we wasn't gonna recognize that speech? You on the world stage right now trying to make your husband look good, and you gonna fuck it up.
Nah, I don't think she fucked it up. I think one of them speech writers fucked that shit up. They was sabotaging. You know what? The Trumps have already been sabotaged too many times. I'll tell you what it was. It was a pissed off speechwriter that got fired by one of the Obamas. It was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna be a Republican this year. So then they went over there and they gave this lady her speech, and Miss Trump didn't even know. Just felt stupid. He wanted to fuck up the world for a minute.
And what's funny is she must have not watched Michelle Obama's speech for her to still be able to fucking read her whole shit word for word. It's just ridiculous. I can't believe she did that. And I know Trump was sitting there with his Trump frown, just looking at her like, I can't believe this bitch on stage doing me this bad. It with his hairpiece falling off.
But you know, this is so sad. I don't even think he knew. He probably didn't know. This is Trump we're talking about. He didn't even know. Okay? He was sitting there thinking his wife was making a goddamn greatest speech that was ever said. And, you know, he thought his wife was smart for a second. He was like, God damn it, my trophy wife got brain. He didn't even know. He's like, tits, ass, and a brain.
I don't care what they say about her. I like her.
And then he read the news the next day.
And was like, God damn, this lady done fucked up my shit. She done made me look bad. Tell you what, he was... he was right about one thing. Them immigrants do be stealing shit. Cause she stole that whole fucking shit. Fucking Trump, man.
Oh, shit.
Him and his whole crew were comical. Hillary's comical. Basically, we're fucked. And we might be moving to Canada soon, so.
You know what they doing to black people in Canada now.
There ain't really nowhere to go now. You go up, you get, shot like the people in Canada. You go down, get your head chopped off by the cartel. It's all bad. Yeah, they don't care about race. They don't give a damn about nothing.
They chop.
As long as you got 2 legs, you getting chopped. But man.
Yeah, so ain't nowhere to go, man. Ain't nowhere to go.
We need to discover an island and go live on that motherfucker.
You know what? I will tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I will do. I'm gonna just wait. Kanye 2020. I'm with it. I don't give a fuck no more. He getting my vote. He getting my support. He gonna be. Actually, I did. I think I donated like $20 to the Obama Foundation, Obama 08 campaign. I think I really did. Okay, so I'm gonna just put it out there like this: Kanye 2020.
Kanye 2020, huh? I mean, the only other option is Hillary again, and you definitely don't want that.
And when he...
Hillary or Trump again.
We're good.
My bad.
I'll take Hillary for now, just because I have to. Okay. But other than that, I'm going for Kanye 2020. I mean, and if Kim Kardashian becomes, our first lady, well, she's better than
that's
better
true.
than Miss
they
Trump.
basically did the same thing to get to where they at, so it's not much of a difference. Kanye for president. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And speaking on the topic of Kanye and Kim, I got to bring in Taylor Swift to the conversation. Go ahead.
Taylor
take it
Swift,
over.
Man. America's sweetheart, or so they call her. I cannot stand Taylor Swift. She is the fakest celebrity that is out. I swear to God, I can't stand her. How? Just tell me how you have a conversation with Kanye and Kim about the song that he's making, and they have a recording of you having this conversation. So when the song comes out, you just straight up say, "Oh, I never gave them permission to sing about that," and then you just try to play the victim. That's her whole role in life, the victim, the pretty little victim. She always does that. Every single person she's dated, she played the victim like they were the bad guy and that they fucked her up.
Because she was. Don't you dare. I can't believe I just let you sit there and talk about Taylor Swift. I love her. She's the only white girl that I think is cool. Now, I'm just playing. All you other white girls out there, I think y'all cool. But you know what I'm talking about. Taylor Swift? Come on, dog. How you not gonna even... All right, let me just put it out there like this. She said that she was okay with the song, not her being called the bitch in the song. Wow. I made that bitch famous.
She told Kanye specifically about the part about him saying that he feels like him and Taylor might still have sex. She tells him, this sounds okay, this sounds controversial or whatever, and this is going to get people going. But then you get mad about him saying bitch.
But not the bitch.
Do you know that bitch is the name of every woman in hip hop? Have you listened to rap? What did you think you was going to be called? The White Queen? Come on now. Come on now.
T Swizzy don't get down like that. T Swizzy don't get down like that, man. T Swizzy is the sweetheart. She's my angel. Okay? She's the sweet, true love story. Okay? You gonna have to slow down. You're trumping it right now. I love her. Okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you this. She said, I listened to the recorded Snapchat that she posted, Kim posted on the Twitter and everything. Nah, bruh. What she did is she said, okay to, like you said, okay to the, I still feel like me and Taylor still might have sex. That's okay. She said yeah to that. She didn't say that she didn't want to be called a bitch. She don't be calling the niggas bitches in all her songs. Even in that song Bad Blood with Kendrick Lamar, she didn't call nobody a bitch. And she was talking about, well, who knows? She had too many boyfriends for me to keep up these days.
She need to listen to a little bit more hip hop, especially Kanye songs, because every girl in a Kanye song has been called a bitch. That's just his sentence enhancer. You remember SpongeBob? That's his sentence enhancer. If Kanye called you anything besides a bitch, you might want to look twice, like, damn, what the hell is he talking about? I think he might actually be insulting me.
He put me in the Jesus album.
I'd be like, what did she think was gonna happen? It's amazing to me. It's okay that he might have sex with you, but it's not okay that he calls you a bitch. Ridiculous.
That video of Famous was weird.
That dude is weird.
Cool. At first, I really thought Kim and Kanye was in it for real. And I was like, damn, Kim's ass is big as fuck. All right. I was like, goddamn. But then I was like, oh, that's probably a wax. Because ain't no way Donald Trump gonna get his ass in there. But the president's already, Bush was already like, no, that ain't me. So all the wax figures, that's cool.
Man, when I seen Cosby in there, I was like, oh, this is definitely fake. Cosby naked ass is not about to be in that bed. Because they don't even make Quaaludes no more. There ain't no way that nigga gonna be in that bed. Oh yeah, they call
roofies now.
That's true. But yeah, that video, it was really weird. It's
Roofie.
Kanye is just getting weirder and weirder as the time goes on. But you know what? I fucking like it. I like that nigga. He's pretty cool.
He cool.
He's cool. I mean, his only problem is he knows he's a genius, and everybody else is just catching up. It's not his fault.
And there's a few geniuses ahead of him. I mean, he cool. I like Kanye. Don't get me wrong. His music, amazing. But I feel like if he was just left alone, he would be even more amazing because he wouldn't say anything. But then he'd be mad that nobody was supporting his music. So he just always has to make a ruckus, which I know why. He trying to get out there. He trying to stay relevant in the media without being in the media. He the type to say, he the type to be like, oh, I don't want pictures taken of me. But then he be on Snapchat all day.
He's going through the thing that all great rappers go through. He isn't going to be respected till he dies. Once he dies, I guarantee you, he going to be the greatest man since Tupac to everybody. But that's just hip hop. You don't get your respect until it's too late. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them. I think that was a Kanye line. And he was true.
I will say this. Everybody says, oh, I haven't liked him since graduation. Graduation after that, it was all weird. And I'm like, whoa. What you mean is you didn't like him elevating his music taste? You didn't like him putting out the beats that he really makes at home? Yeah, they didn't like that. But you know what? It's okay. I mean, Kanye is Kanye. He gonna do him. And I hope him and his family the best. And Taylor, she's a sweetheart. She didn't do nothing wrong in this situation except be called a bitch, and that's what I'm saying.
People always try to put people's music, rappers' music, into a box, and they think that box is just going to just freeze them in time forever. Everybody's music changes. Nobody stays the same. If you did stay the same, you wouldn't be listening to them. Just like remember what they were saying about Jay-Z? Oh, why are you still rapping about drugs? You don't do that anymore. Okay. But you want him to go back to the reasonable doubt, Jay-Z? Like, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to talk about his life now, or do you want him to talk about his life back then? People have to change. It's nature. So, what I say to this whole subject? Kanye for president. And that's just all I can say. Kanye for president. I mean, he's the right man for the job. He's got all the tools.
Kanye for president. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, his vice president should be Common. I'm going to just put that out there right now. Kanye and Common for president 2020. Common, if you hear this, run with your boy Kanye, because, you know what I mean? We need a smart vice president to calm Kanye down.
He needs some common sense to go with his presidency.
He needs some common. Thank you. Exactly.
You smart. Matter of fact, you a genius.
Some common sense.
That's the best thing I done heard all day. Kanye and Common.
Thank you.
Presidency,
I know that's probably the smartest thing you heard out of my mouth. Yes. 2020.
And down with Taylor Swift. That's right. I said it.
Wait, who gonna be the Speaker of the House? Ice Cube?
Nah, it's gonna have to be like Snoop or something. You got to get an extra black person in there. Someone who's gonna be mellow and just high all the time. You got to get somebody. You know what? Snoop Dogg could be his introducer every time he comes out. Just hit the blunt, and here comes your president, Kanye West. For shizzle.
You know, for shizzle. Surprisingly, I don't think that'll be a problem, because weed being legal, it's gonna be everywhere. All right, thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed our show. Again, I'm Doc,
and I'm APOC, and we are the Rational Dudes. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
Peace.